Hello and welcome. We're checking out Pylon Terrace and the ride through whatever other Blizzard games there are on Blizzard World, the first map of a SWIYA versus Breakthrough series. My name is Forebears. I'm going to be your caster, joined by another caster. You know him as the man, the myth. I know him as the legend. Puppy, welcome. How are you?
Thanks, bud. I'm good. How are you doing? How are you
Dude,
doing this fine in the evening?
I'm really excited. It's been a bit since I've casted, so I'm looking to stretch those casting muscles. But other than that, I've been really good. My Father's Day was excellent. I know yours was as well because we talked about that on the pod. If you don't know what the podcast is yet, what are you doing? It's a thing Puppy and I host every single Sunday. But hey, 20 seconds left on the clock. We got a gaming cast, and we're looking over here at a Zen Goats versus what seems to be a very odd bunker setup here on. Well, I think they're going to. I think Breakthrough is going to bait us with a swap over, probably to something like a Sombra Doom, as like a Hackfist comp. What are we thinking about this?
I'm interested to see this because I actually haven't seen this in a kind of a competitive game before, outside of like ranked. So I'm intrigued to see how a coordinated team can pull this off and whether or not they can pull off exactly what they're looking to do, which is kind of hack that target and get a nice easy punch target for the Doomfist.
And Hoot is able to sort of infiltrate the backline. I think, they're looking, hack those health packs really quickly, set up something stable for Breakthrough to kind of, build their entire foundation off of. Right now, they're just poking back and forth. Breakthrough taking the high ground, going back and forth, and it looks like immediately the dive goes in, the hack comes out on RVN. He is the Brig. RVN really, really low right now. We're talking less than 25 HP. He does go down. RVN's going to go down, and the charge comes in here from Pig Dog, not catching anyone, unfortunately. But it looks like Breakthrough is able to not get this point.
It's really unfortunate that Hoot died so early there. Probably looking to build an EMP a lot quicker than that, really. And that requires staying alive, so going to be very disappointed that they died there.
And real quick, this might be something on my end. Is kill feed displayed for you? And it looks like we do have a pause.
No.
Bring in the whooshy transition. Bring in the we'll be right back. And the kill feed is nowhere to be seen. This was a little difficult on my end to keep track of everything. But you know what? We're happy we caught this earlier. I mean, sure, why not, right? Because... Hello, welcome to Pylon Terrace, and wait a second, we've done this before. We're here over in Blizzard World.
Blame on Toop.
SWIYA versus Breakthrough. It looks like that kill feed's now enabled, so luckily everyone's able to follow along. Unfortunately, Breakthrough's unorthodox comp isn't a secret anymore. They were running Hackfist, and right now, 40 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if stuff goes differently. And once again, we got to talk about this Hackfist composition. Now, we've seen a lot of this over in, what is it? There was a team that was, running it really, really hard. I totally forgot what it was. There's an Action Esports video on it, but they made a really compelling case for breaking goats by getting a really quick EMP and, Seismic Slam and Uppercut combo on a backline character, really just allowing goats to fall apart in that way. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, really interesting. Like, obviously, there's a clear sort of game plan from these guys. On sorry, who's red? Red's breakthrough, isn't it?
Red is gonna be breakthrough. Blue is your famed single woman in your area. Both of these, both these teams are in the lower half of standings, but nonetheless, they're still playing out their games for that map differential, for the record books, and they're still gonna give it their all. Quinn on that Winston, likely looking for that dive target that will be allegedly hacked by Hoot. Hoot still in the back line, able to go back and forth on that. And right now, it looks like the dive comes in. I don't know who they're exactly focusing right now, but Pig Dog with that Discord Orb will get that quick pick on Quinn. Hoot trying to get that hack in. Artemu on that Doomfist, still causing a lot of disruption in that backline. Costanza and Pichu, RVN, or rather Raven, forgive me, all able to get a piece of that breakthrough pile. Lust does get that pick on Costanza, and maybe, just maybe, respawn timers will be beneficial to them and allow them to regroup before that Zarya gets back.
Funnily enough, that actually kind of happened very similar, apart from the hack target, very similar to how we saw the first attack on the first play of this game. And they're kind of fairly similar in terms of ults. So it's it's almost like it didn't happen. Who knows?
100%. And real quick, Pichu does spy check Hoot, and Hoot still, is able to get out just a little bit. She is able to. They are able to get out and back to their team. And it looks like we're going back to the poke phase. Some ultimates will be coming up online very soon. Hoot 85 to EMP, and let's see, Pichu and Pig Dog both of those tank ultimates. Shatter does come down over on one more PSI. Costanza getting the pick here on Artemu. And Raven getting that pick on Lust. So SWIYA still holding down the fort, 4 ults online.
That was it's very interesting. The past couple of pushes, they actually just seem to be kind of jumping in without the key part of what they need to do in this particular comp. They haven't had a hack target for the past couple of times that they've actually attacked.
Well, they're going to have quite a
jumping
few.
the gun a little bit.
Well, they're going to have quite a few ones with this EMP coming up right now. Perhaps she's waiting for Sloth's sound barrier, and with that sound barrier, they'll be able to EMP. Forgive me, don't know what pronouns they use. And yeah, and after that, it's just smooth sailing for breakthrough. Allegedly, one more PSI almost going down there. Artemu getting stunned, but able to not get out, unfortunately. Prompting that EMP in the bomb. That is 2 people down, Pig Dog and Raven, and that right arm Brig are so essential to the GOATS comp. They're going to put Breakthrough up on a pedestal in terms of just advantages. Sloth getting the pick over on Hoot, but not before one more PSI gets the Zen on the enemy team. Pichu, Costanza trying to take out the clapback, and really just trying to make their presence known on the point just in time for Pig Dog to get back on the point. Costanza taking out Hero, and even though Quinn does get Costanza, Pichu's able to take out Lust, and I think even with, I think Raven's rally is going to be the nail in Breakthrough's coffin for this fight. 30 seconds left on the clock. How do you think this is going to go for this last fight?
I'm interested to see, actually. I think that was their window of opportunity there, and I think they've just missed it. I'm interested to see, to know exactly why they didn't commit. They kind of have committed to that fight. They had Transcendence still in their pocket, yet they didn't use it to save. I think it was Hero on the who was losing his or her mech earlier on there. Sorry, later on in the flight. So.
And that grab comes in right now. That grab bomb is going to come in. We don't know if that Transcendence is going to help out too much. Pichu gets a 3. Artemu, Lust, Quinn sent back to the respawn room. And even though one more PSI is there to check off that overtime box, it looks like Stanza and Pichu are right there to clean up on Hoot and Hero. SWIYA's spy checking was really, really good. I think in the second fight when Hoot was caught out by Pichu on Diva, and even though they were able to get back, I feel like they were denied a lot of the ult charges they would have gotten, which led to that EMP might not be as effective as they wanted it to be. Like, even though one person was down, they still committed the EMP bomb as what seemed to be somewhat like a last ditch effort. But once again, I wish I could get an insight on these breakthrough comms, because what they had was a lot of potential and some really nice plans. I feel like if things were just a little bit different, who hadn't been caught out that one time, it would have worked out really well.
Yeah, it took you quite a while to get that EMP online, so it meant that they only had one for, I think it was like the third fight going into that third fight, um, and it just wasn't really good enough overall. I think they've kind of weathered the storm very well there, especially through the EMP. Their use of support ults, they could kind of just throw them in as and when because they didn't really have any kind of hard commitment from breakthrough with that transcendence.
Right. Now, would you mind breaking down these compositions we're seeing in front of us real quick?
Yeah, sure. So looks like I'm going to see a few bits of changing, but we are going to see the bunker come out from breakthrough.
From breakthrough, yeah.
So they're definitely going to be looking to hope to keep high ground, and utilize that high ground against the enemy team. The second DPS slot is kind of interchangeable, but I kind of like the additional shield break from
Junkrat, right. And they're coming up against the Sombra Goats comp. Perhaps Costanza is trying to, as if he's trying to say, let me show you how Sombra Goats, or let me show you how to really use a Sombra. Costanza able to get into that backline, pretty effortlessly, here on the right side, going for a pretty large flank there. Meanwhile, the rest of SWIYA, it looks like they scouted out just a little bit, and they're actually swapping to. It seems like a similar comp. This is a little odd. Raven on Hanzo, Pichu reprising his role on Diva, Pigdog here on Winston. This seems to be, a very odd reign of dive. I haven't heard of Hanzo and dive. Is this something that happens?
I'm not entirely sure what their intentions are here.
Speechless. Exactly, just like I thought. It's still on the Sombra, in the back, still just trying to get this EMP charge. 70% currently to EMP. Hero doing a good job of spy checking. And I think they're just waiting. They're just waiting for this EMP. And that's not going to happen as Artemu takes out the Stanza. I think they're just now waiting for that Sombra to come back. And honestly, they have a lot of time to play with to get one tick here on this attack.
I really like the way that Costanza's played this up until that last kind of hit that he got. It was clear that he wasn't looking for a particular hack target. He wasn't looking for the entire team to actually engage.
And that EMP immediately comes out. That dive comes in here from Pigdog and Pichu. Quinn takes out Costanza. Artemu getting Pigdog. So this is still quite a breakthrough point. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get down on time. And it is that amount of time management you need to be cognizant of. In the wise words of the 05 Vets coach, this, Overwatch is not a fight game, it's a time game. And it seems that breakthrough, they probably thought they could win the fight. In fact, they probably could have won the fight, but could they have won the point? It was either one or the other. And it seems that in the heat of the moment, breakthrough made that call. But SWIYA was able to retain their position on the point, leading to their victory. It is 1-0 SWIYA to breakthrough. Now, thoughts on this game, Puppy?
I think it was only a matter of time before SWIYA kind of broke through, excuse the pun, and took that first point, really. As we found out with, I can't remember who it is that was broke down for us, that Bunker is only going to last you so long, especially when you got a Sombra on the enemy team. As soon as she's built that EMP, it's game over for you, unless you get some really lucky timings on an immortality field or some other craziness coming out. So, I mean, I'd like to see Breakthrough kind of react a little bit better to that, and maybe commit a little bit harder to the to kind of disabling the Sombra from doing as much, because she was able to get away with a lot early on.
Right.
And Costanza played that really, really well. He wasn't looking to hack anyone initially because he knew that his team wasn't looking to dive in. They got plenty of time. They just need to build up the EMP as fast as possible. So even without a hack, he was able to build up the EMP really, really quickly. So I don't know whether that's just like a lack of poor positioning from the side of SWIYA, the side of Breakthrough, or maybe just poor management of the Diva Matrix. But he was able to build that up within about 3 pokes. Around 3 poke cycles, around like a minute. Yeah. So very good from Costanza, I think, there. And despite the fact that he died during the EMP, he'd already done his job and he knew it, really. So, yeah, very, very interesting comps coming out. I think I'd like to have seen sort of Breakthrough be a little bit more committed to their attacks, really. Especially when they had that window of opportunity, like I was talking about earlier.
Right, that EMP bomb, you know, Breakthrough did have like a very high leg up on him with that Zenyatta going down on the enemy team. They definitely had the chance to get this point, but I think I want to say it was perhaps inability to focus on the same target. I feel like everyone was kind of fighting their own 1v1s, and you know, as a result, I know for a fact that Breakthrough is a team that thrives in a team environment. So if they're all going off and doing their own things, they're probably not going to get as far as they want to if they were to focus on the same target, for sure. The second map here is Oasis, and that's Breakthrough's choice. We did have a sub, and that is Moisty for Raven. Now, Moisty, known for their hit scan play, I'm expecting to see a lot of Widowmaker, and I'm expecting to see a lot of that McCree. Now, remember, we did get buffs. Baptiste's Biotic Launcher increased from 10 to 12. Orisa able to put down her shield mid-reload. We do have that, of course, McCree reload time. And I think there was one more, but I'm totally forgetting. This isn't an assault map just yet, but over on the third round, remember that on 2CP, and it looks like we are getting a pause once again. How are you, puppy? I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, not too bad. We were talking earlier actually about my dodgy sleep schedule, which I'm trying to sort out desperately. But yeah, it's getting there. We're getting there, chugging along as per usual. I've got 2 weeks left on my post tour leave, so looking to kind of like enjoy myself as much as possible between now and then. What about yourself?
And what's next for you? That's my question to you.
What's next? Oh, I go back to work. Go back to work next month.
Are you going back to your secret place that you can't tell us about?
Secret place? No, I go back to work pretty much in the same team in IT, which is a bit strange considering the fact that I've been 6 months in the middle of a desert doing finance, and I go back to doing IT again. It's just a bit strange, but that's how we work in the UK. It's all kinds of weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
What about yourself? How are you doing?
You know, for myself, I mean, hey, it's medical school, you know, through and through. I'm going to become support IRL. Hello. And yeah, it'll be a fun time. We're back, by the way, here on Oasis. The buffs this patch that came in today, they are alive. We are playing with those. I'm surprised we're not seeing too much McCree, to be honest. And instead of Breakthrough taking on the Hackfist comp, this time it's going to be SWIYA. Costanza, known for his Doomfist last season and the season before that, coming up against a Zengoats comp. What is this? Are the roles reversed? What's going on?
I think Breakthrough are probably not feeling too comfortable on the Sombra flutes.
Perhaps,
so I think they're probably checking it back to normal.
But they are being a lot more aggressive, taking a lot of space on this point. Costanza does get a pick on one more PSI here in the back line, prompting Quinn for the charge, not catching anyone just yet. Pigdog being a bit more aggressive, getting charge here for Pichu. And now it really feels like SWIYA is playing this defensive game where they're just sort of like eking out on the point and forcing Breakthrough to come to them and punishing them for their mistakes. Moisty getting the pick here on Quinn. Pigdog getting the charge here on Artemu, as well as taking out Hero. Now this is going to be a SWIYA point through and through. If that's not play of the game from Pigdog, I don't know what is. But nonetheless, I know for a fact that this core of Pigdog, Costanza, Silver Sacks, you know, these three people have been playing with each other for such a long time that it really, really feels like a well-oiled machine when we see them on their main characters. And honestly, the ult percentages speak for themselves. Pichu coming out with the grab very soon. Costanza, Pigdog, Chrono Wolf, all coming out with their ults. I'm expecting a sound barrier engage. But hey, you know, we might not see that. We might just try to see a dry push. We are going to see a shatter on 4. Over on the side of Pigdog. Costanza getting picked on over on one more PSI. Moisty, Pigdog, Quinn going immediately for the reset. And Hoot following shortly after. I think they're looking for the trickle on Artemu. I think they could have gone for a little longer, but you know what? Any percentage is good percentage.
they're taking far too long to engage in these fights. They know they're down on ults, and they need to kind of force them out of them. So the only way they're going to do that is by taking really early engagements and trying to build ults themselves.
Right. And Pichu is going to go for that grab very soon. You see where Pichu's positioned, right, just around the corner. I think he's going to say something along the lines of, hey, let me know when they're coming in. But PSI does pick on Costanza really quickly. Pichu doesn't use the grab. Surprisingly enough, oh, there it is. Alrighty, and that rally, that sound barrier, that armor, all of that's going to go down. But unfortunately, an EMP Shatter is going to put a lot of engaged potential to rest. No one's dead quite yet. As West going back and forth, Quinn still being very, very aggressive. Costanza getting the pick here on Artemu. And one more PSI still dishing out a lot of damage, surprisingly enough. Pichu, recognize that potential, taking out one PSI. Hero over on Pig Dog. It is still really anyone's game. That grab is going to come out. A lot of damage was blocked by Zarya Bubbles. I am going to put that out there. Hoot getting the pick over on Pichu. Costanza on Quinn. Silver Sacks taking out Hoot. And, SWIYA does get 99%. Artemu staying on point. The meat strike is coming out. That's going to be a really quick pick on Artemu. That's a really nasty trickle. Poor guy. Costanza and Moisty coming out. And was that the first Earth Shatter from Quinn we saw that round?
I believe he was. Yeah, maybe it might well have been, actually, to be fair. I think the issue at the moment with Breakthrough is they're not taking the fight to their front line, really, and that's the way that they've got to play against this Hacked Fist composition, because otherwise they're just going to end up getting picked apart, like we saw just then with the Doomfist and the Sombra hacking the Rhine, taking out the Zen early on in that first fight. They're kind of they're playing it slow, and that's exactly how single women in the area want them to play. They're not committing. They're not committing to a fight, and it's tough to get anything out of goats when you're not pressuring, especially the front line, when they haven't got that additional support like that they do on the side of Breakthrough.
Now, speaking of odd comps, we're coming out over here with a triple DPS with Ball. Moisty on that McCree, getting a very, very early pick here over on Quinn, just booping them off Costanza, taking out Lust, and that's just going to end out this fight really, really quickly. This seems to be, an opportunity to get a lot of ult charge from both teams, but mainly for single woman in your area. Moisty getting the pick over here on Hero. Pichu finishing out that pick. Moisty on one more PSI. Now, it seems that both Pichu and Pichu wasn't a Sombra player last time. That was Costanza, but Costanza says playing Pharah. I'm interested to see how these swaps sort of affect their team. Pichu getting the quick pick on Lust. And they're just putting a lot of pressure. Just a lot of pressure on this Goats team, with not a lot of long-range potential. And I don't think that Winston swap from Quinn is going to help him out too much against a farmer that's really raining justice from above. And SWIYA just continuing their dominance on the point. A quick hack on this Lucio from Lust. No one's going down just yet. Silver Sacks and Moisty on high ground, does get the anti-off and that nano EMP, high noon, all contributing to really taking out the majority of this Breakthrough roster. One more PSI and Hero going down shortly after, not forgetting the pick on Costanza and Silver Sacks. Oh my goodness. But Costanza does get resurrected. That Pharmacy is one of the cornerstones of how this comp works and setting up this crossfire. What I'm really liking is Moisty really protecting Silver Sacks and allowing their on it to get in a lot of those nades, a lot of their antis that they need to. Yeah. Artemu trying to near 1v3. A lot of people on high ground does take high ground, prompting that Valkyrie over here from Chrono Wolf. That Transcendence is going to keep everyone alive on the side of Breakthrough despite Hoot getting hacked. And that nuke, or not nuke, forgive me, that nano boost over here on this Wrecking Ball is going to allow for a lot more sustain despite Quinn getting that last pick on Costanza. Moisty taking out that Breakthrough mech. One more PSI getting a pick on Chrono Wolf. That is the SWIYA Mercy.
They're grinding out.
And this is just one of those really, really long-term GOATS fights, one where PSI really doing a phenomenal job as Zen. You know, his accuracy must be off the charts. Getting that pick over here on Pig Dog, and the point swaps. Good job, Breakthrough. I think they might just be finding their stride. Pichu and Moisty getting quick picks over here on the support line. On Breakthrough, it's going to prompt that EMP. It's going to prompt a lot of that crossfire of ultimates. We saw this exact same thing last time. EMP, barrage from above, and high noon from an off-flank angle. That seems to be a combination that they're really liking to run here over here on Oasis Gardens. And it is now overtime. That sound barrier does get canceled, I believe, with the stun from Moisty. That was a really, really good read. I mean, they don't call him one of the hit scan specialists on SWIYA for nothing. That hack on a rallying Brigitte is going to allow them a bit of sustain. Hero getting a double on Chrono and Pichu. Quinn getting that pick over on Silver Sacks. No one's really contesting Moisty right now on that McCree. It looks like Gardemu finally did. And Quinn on that Winston, trying their best to retain control of the point, is able to. The point flips 99 to 33.
They have to expend a lot of ultimates just to get the flip there, and that's kind of a sort of good representation of exactly how difficult this comp is to play against. Without kind of any kind of hit scan hero, you're really struggling against that Farah and Sombra as well. Like, it'd be good to see a McCree on the side of Breakthrough here.
Perhaps, and you know, instead, one where PSI chose to go Tracer. Perhaps they just wanted to get back to the fight really, really quickly. They thought SWIYA was going to get, you know, a flip, but I feel like Lucio and Brig might not be enough to carry along 3 tanks in terms of healing on the side of Breakthrough. I do worry for them. Costanza getting the pick over here on Hero. Moisty and Silver Sacks once again. They got the Nano, they got the McCree, and it looks like they're going to use it a little prematurely, you know, on this Sombra. But that high, never mind, they do get that EMP, getting that quad barrage pick, high noon from the flank side. There we go. That combination was not as well timed as the previous ones, but worked out even better. Hero getting quickly demeched, quickly dispatched, and now the overtime clock is clicking down for Breakthrough to get back to the point. But this will be a 2-0 win on Oasis for SWIYA over Breakthrough. Score right now is 2-0, SWIYA in the entire series. And it seems like Payload is next. Oh, forgive me, not Payload. I'm dumb. Wait, no, yes, Payload.
Hybrid?
Maybe? No. Hybrid was Blizzard World. I'm totally dumb.
Of course, yeah.
But in any case, hey, we do see that a quad kill from Costanza. Pig Dog wrapping it up with that minefield. Now, I feel like Breakthrough's, you know, hesitance to swap to a hit scan to deal with Costanza and Chrono Wolf's Far Mercy was ultimately the cause of their downfall here on Gardens.
I mean, they were struggling really from the start. They didn't really have anything to deal with the composition that single women were playing. They just had far too much to kind of focus down and didn't really have a clear target going into each fight. With both Moisty and Silver Sacks playing on that high ground, and like you say, Moisty doing a great job of protecting Silver Sacks once they sort of hold the high ground. They just weren't able to commit to any kind of fight without, you know, sort of getting heavy losses. With sort of Pichu being a bit of a complete arse on the on the Sombra. All the time.
Now, I do want to interrupt these thoughts for a quick announcement. Hey, we have halftime. 10 minutes. Everyone, take a break, take a breather. We'll be here. How's it going? All right. Halftime's officially started. We got 10 minutes on the clock.
Okay. We are now in halftime.
And can they hear us?
Nope.
Hello, and welcome back to the City of Romance. I've never been here. Puppy, I don't know if you have. Look at this beautiful Eiffel Tower background. We're here in Paris.
I have. Yes, I have. When I was a lot younger, actually. Not, not all that it's cut out, to be honestly.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of France in general. It's very, very pretty if you want to go see it every now and again, but it can be. It's quite dirty, honestly. It's quite. It's quite dirty.
Forgive me. Now, is this from someone whose cleanliness standards is based off the streets of London, or? Because I've been there, and frankly, I'm not impressed, my guy.
No. I come from a very clean town to the west of London, so.
So, Puppy, not only are you roasting the French, but you're also showing off your privilege of being in a rich gated community in London. How, honestly, if, like, all right. I mean, if that's how you want to play the game, that's how you want to play the game. But I mean, I'm not gonna.
Twisting my words.
We do have a bunker comp here on the side of SWIYA. With Pichu here on the Diva. I mean, is Diva really seen with bunker? Just or is this kind of like I don't exactly know the logic behind this, but there is one.
Maybe they're expecting
allegedly.
Like I like it actually with this comp that Breakthrough are trying to play. They're trying to put a lot of pressure onto that shield using the Farah and the Hanzo. And the Tracer kind of going behind. You can kind of interchange that with a Sombra.
Right. Quad DPS ball. RVN does get the quick pick on Hero on Sombra, who had went back on point to just pull aggression just a little bit back. Nonetheless, there's still this ball in the back line, quickly dispatched over by Pichu despite getting that health pack. And we still see Artemu on this Farah putting a lot of pressure over here on this SWIYA squad. Pichu getting a pick over on Hoot. It seems that, you know, perhaps it might be a good idea to coordinate flanks at the same time before going out and, you know, getting, unfortunately dispatched by SWIYA. Hero on Sombra, also here on the back line. Perhaps he's waiting for a dive. He's going to come in, try to hack a target. Moisty taking out one more PSI in the meantime.
Unsure what Hero's trying to get done here. They need to be building up towards that EMP quickly, and they're not doing this by standing into the backline cloaked. Right. They're putting a lot of pressure on the shield, but honestly, it's kind of negated by the fact that they can put a new one down every sort of 8 seconds.
Right.
The Diva can kind of mitigate a lot of that damage in between those sort of times, and Quinn actually stuck in a I thought he was stuck in a trap then.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what was going on. You know, helped out by this Mercy, getting this quick Valkyrie, who taking out Silver Sax's immortality field, allowing this Breakthrough to engage. Unfortunately, Quinn does get dispatched by Pichu. Raven, Moisty, all sort of clearing out people. Artemu with that barrage on 3. That's picked out Silver Sax and Moisty down. There is a quick resurrect. It was denied. One more PSI, and Hoot able to clear out everyone and fortunately get the point. This was an odd attack.
Very strange. I mean, the Diva kind of had the point locked up really to the point where she got hacked. But they didn't really kind of make any kind of rotation from the side of single women in your area.
I think they were just waiting to grind out that Valkyrie, just grind out that barrage, and really just throw a lot of ults their way until they get the point, which worked out. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I still think that perhaps that with a more coordinated dive, they could have had a bit more time bank to work with. Nonetheless, they do have something that SWIYA doesn't, and that is an EMP in Hero's arsenal coming up against that self-destruct, that Bastion tank mode, and of course the Valkyrie on the side of single woman in your area. Breakthrough electing to go right side over on the high ground, see if they can rotate around and dismantle this bunker over on high ground in the back. This is a very standard position for bunker to set up in. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening. That EMP comes out, and everyone is going to sort of jump up on this SWIYA squad. Immortality Field and Valkyrie are going to keep everyone alive. Self-destruct from Pichu will get Hero, and Quinn trying to get that charge off. Unfortunately dispatched over here by Moisty, Raven, and Pichu, all getting some picks in. SWIYA retaining their hold on this second point in Paris. This is a very hard point in my opinion, to really take on the attacker side.
Yeah, especially with the composition that SWIYA is currently running. Silversax did a great job of not actually getting EMP'd there, and he got out. She got out the immortality field after the EMP went off. So the breakthrough were unable to actually sort of gain anything off of that, and Queen actually tried to charge in, but was met by a fortify by Pig Dog, which kind of negated that damage altogether.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah.
So they weren't really able to get much done with that push, unfortunately, which is
right. And you know, they're going out the same exact way they came in. That Shatter is going to get Chrono Wolf, and they are going to go down. But the Immortality Field, the High Noon, the Amp Matrix, that was the buff I missed. Amp Matrix 8 to 10 seconds is going to allow them to really just retain their hold, get their trickles in as they need to. One more PSI does demech Pichu, RVN, taking out that Zen as well as Hero. Raven, forgive me, that's Raven, not RVN. Really cleaning up with Hero and Lust on his death screen.
They forced out a lot of ults there, and coming into this next fight, they have got a couple of support ultimates to be able to kind of maintain that point presence.
Right, and a grab coming out very soon, and Sound Barrier.
Exactly, yeah. So, kind of looking at this as their window of opportunity for the side of Breakthrough coming into this next fight. As long as they kind of double support ult, don't double support ult as we saw them do in the last map, we should see a successful attack, I hope.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm really looking forward to Pichu's bomb, which is now in their arsenal. I think what's going to happen is they're going to come in with a lot of support ults, perhaps a Sound Barrier engage or a Rally engage, and there's going to be bombs. Oh no, they're electing to instead go for the Transcendence. I think Warner PSI elected to save himself there as soon as he got, you know, caught in the midst of it. Tank mode is going to come out. Pichu's going to eat that grab, but Artemu does deny Moisty's Bastion ultimate. Who taking out Pig Dog? Pichu with that bomb. Fortunately, getting that Zarya. It is anyone's point, but no, RVN is going to take out Lust, but not before one more PSI takes out RVN. And even though that bomb comes out, it doesn't catch anyone. And I don't know whose game it is currently. Quinn and Artemu taking out Pichu and Silversax, still keeping their point. Pig Dog and Chrono Wolf doing a phenomenal job of keeping this point contested, and really, I think ultimately will win out in this war of attrition and time. Chrono Wolf doing a really good job of not getting caught away by that Brigitte. RVN taking out Artemu. That was a lot of resources for Breakthrough to back up on that point.
We saw actually Pichu managed to get Hero before they got back in their mech, which is massive, to be honest. If they got their sort of mech back, they may have stood a better chance. But now with kind of like less than 10 seconds, you're looking at potentially staggering in after this. They managed to get through on point though. That's quite good considering.
Right. And that Transcendence not able to save that mech quite yet. That Valkyrie from Chrono Wolf once again. Allowing a lot of the SWIYA squad to stay alive. That's going to be a Shatter and a High Noon met. One more PSI getting Raven. And, of course, a minefield over by this Breakthrough squad. Pichu and Pig Dog, or forgive me, SWIYA squad. Pichu and Pig Dog Raven, you know, cleaning up the rest of Breakthrough. And I still think that's a respectable attack. You know, getting around 50% over on point 2. I mean, I've seen games go a lot less than that. And let's see what SWIYA has to say here on attack versus a Breakthrough defense.
Initiating match.
I'd like to have seen them get a little bit more out of their ults there. They kind of didn't really have. It didn't really seem to be clear what Breakthrough's plan was coming in each time they attacked. Or when they did, they kind of pulled them off in a way that didn't seem like they were quite ready to follow up on some of the things like EMP. I'd like to see that comboed with another ult like Shatter. They kind of just went in a bit wayward with the Shatter and only managed to get knocked down Chrono Wolf with that. I didn't really get the most out of it, to be honest. So I definitely want to see some better ult uses come out from Breakthrough. I like the aggression that was coming out this time, however. So I'm hoping that maybe we might see a good hold here from Breakthrough to make this a good, decent series.
And you know, I think that the difference in SWIYA and Breakthrough right now in my opinion, is most prevalent in just the amount of ults that are coming out from each team. I think that if Breakthrough is able to match SWIYA's ult economy and able to get a lot of ultimates under their belt, just like we saw in Attack Point 1, they have a definite chance of winning Paris.
For sure.
It looks like we're going to be seeing this bunker playing up against a Sombra. Yeah, a Sombra Goats Raven on the Hanzo, now swapped over to Brig. It looks like she's still here to stay. Flex DPS, folks, or hope you're not too much in jail.
Moisty looking for an angle to get through there. So difficult as a Sombra, especially through this first choke. Unless you commit like a translocator over the top of that right-hand side.
Yeah, I was about to say
that's
my favorite way to engage. Translocator over the top on the right side.
Good use of the Eva Matrix there to kind of allow Moisty to slip through unnoticed. Very, very good.
I actually didn't even notice that. Moisty now in the back line, looking to get a hack on this recent health pack. And who do you think the hack target is going to be? It doesn't matter because they do get caught. Hero doing a good job spy check-in. Moisty still in their back line. And it seems like this Winston D.Va, they're just waiting until the shield goes down and they get a good hack over on the side of Breakthrough. But no, they are holding strong. I wonder why the move here isn't just hop on point and wait for Breakthrough to back up on them. Just so they can give the rest more space.
This is the same as we saw last time from SWIYA on Hybrid. They like to kind of build up this EMP prior to committing to an actual fight, which is an unusual strategy, but it's a solid one nonetheless because they're not giving any ult charge across the side of Breakthrough. Hooties has got tank mode, but as we all well know, that's a very kind of difficult ult to pull off.
Right.
Especially when you've got a D.Va on the side, who can quite easily focus you down. It does give you that mobility as well, which allows you to.
And this EMP is going to come out pretty soon from Moisty. I'm expecting a nano over here on Pig Dog on the Winston. And Moisty, it feels like he's ready. He's ready EMP. Exactly what happens. Great. And they're ready to clear out, especially with that Hanzo ult providing a lot of cleave damage, shutting out really that escape route on the side of Breakthrough. Pichu and Moisty reaping the fruits of their labor, taking out all of this Breakthrough squad. Less devoting Valkyrie. Perhaps trying to stall, but Pig Dog as well as Raven really dispatched them really quickly. A lot of ultimates coming up from Breakthrough on the second point hold. I'm questioning the logic of less Valkyrie. I feel like that could have been better utilized.
I think they used it quite early in that fight, and potentially maybe even got hacked with the EMPs. I kind of just used it came up. To be honest, from the side of Breakthrough, I wouldn't feel too bad about that because you knocked him down to 1 minute 30 just to push the first point before he even really got in there.
Pig Dog devoting Primal to the fight. Raven taking out Hoot. That early Sonic Arrow is going to help him out. And Artemu with that double kill on Pig Dog and Chrono Wolf. And it looks like Pichu just trying their best to just spend a lot of time on point. And they're looking for a really harsh trickle here over on Pichu. Silver Sack's going down really soon. Pichu going down soon after. Really good.
Fantastic timing from Lust there to sort of jump on the point and not give away a tick. On top of that, they were able to trade aggro really well between Hero, Quinn, and Lust to prevent that tick. And also once they got the anti-nade on top of, I think it was Lust and Hero, they were able to kind of peel back and maintain kind of point.
Right now, lots of ults coming up from SWIYA real quick. Moisty hanging out, about to EMP this bunker, which now is Torbjorn, and it looks like that is an EMP Dragon, as well as a dive. Raven getting the pick over on 1 PSI. Pig Dog and Pichu getting a slice of Breakthrough soon after. And even though that bomb doesn't get anyone, Artemu does get a pick over here on Pig Dog, and that nano on Pichu is going to keep a lot of people alive. Raven really doing a good job with that Hanzo accuracy. Between Raven and Moisty, this is some really solid DPS. Really solid, just sharpshooter play. Pichu able to get and ulting Bastion off the point. And that self-destruct from SWIYA didn't get anyone, but nonetheless, they're doing a really solid job just maintaining their presence on the point, making sure everyone's alive, and getting these regular picks that are prompting Breakthrough to kind of go into stall mode. We see Hoot over here on the Tracer, Lust over here on the Lucio, and a Select Wrecking Ball about to go down in Quinn, and Doomfist may also show an appearance. And I think right now it's more that's all she wrote. Hero with the quick DMAC Lust back on the point. He over here is Lucio. I feel like SWIYA's devoting a lot more ults than they want to be here, and Breakthrough hanging on by a Wrecking Ball thread.
Yeah, I like that.
They are still trying their best. Artemu going down soon, does get hacked. One more PSI on this May. EMP from Moisty, not catching too many, just Hoot. And none of the SWIYA squad has died quite yet, right?
Nice sleep.
It was a good sleep on that Diva. Raven getting 2 on Lust and Hero. I mean, honestly, just watch the kill feed at this point. That's all I'm writing. And I feel like that Doomfist ult, with good intentions, did mean that they got off the point. SWIYA takes the series 3-0. Chalk that up to a victory in the SWIYA books. Let's check out this barrage play by Artemu.
I'm sad it wasn't Raven's like 4K or 5K, or whatever.
I mean that was also incredible.
That was some. I want to see that in media chats. By the way, if you're listening, Raven, I want to see that soon. That's definitely going to be a highlight of the game. So yeah, interesting stuff. I like it.
So congratulations, SWIYA, for winning the series 3-0 over Breakthrough. We're still playing a 4th map. That's still happening.
Pog champ. Yeah, I think the intentions are good from Breakthrough. They have a clear understanding of what they want to play. I just don't think they're executing it well enough.
And you know, I feel like a big part of that is ult rotations. Like if you look at SWIYA, you see like over on Oasis, it was always high noon EMP barrage, right? Over here on Paris, it was always EMP dragons and if possible primal, right? And then even over on like Blizzard Hollywood, it was just really this like big war of attrition on ultimates, and they have a very clear understanding of how to go about doing that.
There was the EMP actually caught sort of 5 of the 6 members of Breakthrough, including the one person who probably could have mitigated a lot of the damage sort of coming in.
The very last one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that. Forgive me.
Sorry, no. On the initial attack on the bunker on the second point, one person that we saw in I think it's SWIYA's attack. No, sorry, in Breakthrough's attack, they weren't able to get the Baptiste, so he was able to get that crucial immortality filled out, which actually ended up winning them the fight.
Right,
so it was
right.
Just kind of like
it allowed the Valkyrie,
Yeah, it's small little things like that that actually just make the difference and just make such a crucial push work. And yeah, just off the back of that, they were just able to continue to hack the individual targets coming in and oh my god, I'm just watching Raven's playback and because we've got it on stream and it just looks fantastic. Just great Hanzo play from Raven.
Oh man, of course. And it looks like map 4, I believe, is going to be Havana. But it is Breakthrough's choice. Looks like they're just going back and forth. But in the meantime, hey, if you're just tuning in and you know what Overwatch Pretenders is, we're a gold to Masters, or forgive me, a gold to Diamond League 34.99. That's just there to promote really solid team play and bettering your Overwatch skills in a very friendly, competitive environment. Go ahead and join. And this right here is our delay week where any one of our 10 teams, if they had missed a game so far, can choose to play it right before playoffs. And this right here is SWIYA versus Breakthrough. The series is 3-0. SWIYA has won the series. We're still playing a map 4.
Interested to break this one down a little bit later to see exactly what went wrong for Breakthrough in these first 3 maps. I think it's quite clear that they kind of didn't have a lack of direction in the sense of when they're playing that initial goats versus hack fist or comp on Oasis, we always already discussed, they didn't have a clear target when they were going into each fight. Therefore, they were just kind of sort of moseying around on point and didn't really have much of a presence, really, aside from kind of just standing there and slowly building up ult charge passively. So
right.
You just got picked apart by the hack fist comp from single women in your area. That's such a mouthful. I don't know why I don't just say SWIYA.
I was about to say, and imagine saying single woman in your area academy every time, right? Whenever they have a game.
Oh my lord, SWIYA academy. Yeah, just
SWIYA. Yeah, I like SWIYA
keep
academy
it short
a lot
and simple.
Better. Yeah,
short and simple. Come on, guys.
And I mean, hey, welcome to this amazing pause screen. Look at these great canals. And it looks like there was a bit of a miscommunication. I could have sworn Breakthrough said Havana, and then they hopped on to Rialto, and then we're getting a pause. And, much like how we're learning how to cast, we're learning how to play, we're all learning how to improve, I'm pretty sure the host of this game is learning how to host for the first time. So please give him your energy. He might really need it. We like to support people of all intelligence levels here in OWP, so give him lots of love.
Oh God. I'm not even going to say anything about that because I think you've covered it across quite well.
We like roasting our friends. We're over here on defense. We got single woman in an area playing. Well, all right, devoting themselves to the canals of Rialto, as is tradition. And over on attack, we got, I mean, what would you even call that? I guess like a 2-2-2, right? You'd call that a 2-2-2 on attack.
Sombranzo.
A Sombranzo, alrighty.
Yeah, that's what we used to call it in Mercury Cougars, Sombranzo.
Right.
Yeah, back in the old days of Wombo and Chesh.
Playing up against a Ana Goats comp. Or an Ana Sombra Goat. This isn't even a Goats comp. No, wait. Yes, it is. Maybe. Ana Sombra Goats? I don't know.
Sombra Goats? Yeah, it's Sombra Goats just with an Ana.
Sombrana, it is.
Sombra.
And we're going to see what these guys have to say up against a Sombra Hanzo. Instead, 2-2-2 on the side of Breakthrough. Breakthrough not going into the canals just yet. Does get the hack on one more PSI, but no, he gets slept. And Hoot just getting a very, very, very easy pick over here on Moisty. Wait a second, Moisty gets away. Moisty gets away, doesn't die just enough. Over on the Sombra perspective from the other side, Artemu does get the hack over on Pig Dog, is able to go back and, or forgive me, on Quinn. Pig Dog does go down. Am I getting my people mixed up? I am. Moisty, Raven, Pichu getting a pick on this Breakthrough squad. Earlier, Quinn went down, not Pig Dog. I could have sworn Pig Dog got hacked, though. And
I really like that play. So I really like that play from SWIYA there. They recognize that they have a lot of shield break on the side of Breakthrough, and decide to actually kind of play the corner to allow that Reinhardt to be able to manage his shield a lot better.
Right.
So they're really good knowledge of the game there to be able to kind of use that corner to their advantage.
Artemu on that Sombra, trying to get a cheeky hack off, was caught a little earlier. Moisty, for the second time, gets slept and hacked on Sombra. Artemu gets the pick over on Moisty, prompting Breakthrough to be a lot more aggressive here. And that shatter from Pig Dog does get canceled. Gets the counter shatter over here from Quinn. RVN does take out Lust, as well as Hoot, doing a really, really good job on Brig. That rally, I feel, is going to save Pig Dog, who was hurting a while back. That grab is going to clean up the rest of Breakthrough. But there was
not win that.
There was a moment there, and I feel it was where the charge that Quinn did, and unfortunately didn't land, where things went wrong, allowing RVN to get a lot, or allowing Raven, forgive me, to get a lot of damage over here on Pig Dog.
There was just no clear target there. Once the Ryan charged in, they had no real clear idea of who they're focusing down with that.
Right.
That hack came out
and that grab comes out. That grab dragon. That's a classic combo, and that is Hoot on Hanzo. just really just allowing Breakthrough to take down 5. I was expecting to see an EMP from Artemu there, but over here we do have an EMP Shatter combo coming up on this next fight. That's what I think is going to happen, and if Moisty can get a solid EMP on the Reinhardt specifically, I think SWIYA might have a chance in reclaiming this. And that's exactly what happens, and there is a counter EMP over here. There are 11 hacked people on this point. Frankly, it doesn't matter because it did get the point. Breakthrough did get the point. They're going to still be aggressive here despite Raven taking out Hero earlier. Raven also getting Quinn to the canals. Really big shatter from the side of Pig Dog, allowing SWIYA to get 3. And this might be, and this is such a nasty place to hold, like on the bridge, because you have so much CC in, and really displacement in the Lucio, in the Brig, and of course in those Reinhardt charges. So this, I'm excited to see how Breakthrough tackles this challenge.
Lust is going to wish he had that beat back towards the end there as Quinn got pushed
Just a
off the
little
edge.
bit, yeah. Moisty getting an early pick over here on Quinn. No shield, no problem for SWIYA as Pig Dog and Raven. They're being more aggressive, taking out Hero and Lust. And we gotta talk about ults here. Hoot with those dragons, Quinn with that shatter, one more PSI with that nano coming up against Grav and Rally. And that is going to be a really nice hack on Pig Dog and a really nice shatter. But I mean, you know, that Rally and that Grav is going to be a little too much for Breakthrough to handle, as SWIYA is able to wake up from their wonderful shatter nap, get up, and get a lot of cleave damage in that Grav. And I'd be surprised if Pig Dog didn't have his ult at this point. That was a lot of swings on his end. He does have shatter for this next fight, along with Moisty's EMP. We do have an EMP shatter on the side of SWIYA. On the side of Breakthrough, we do have Grab Dragons coming out. So it's going to be a battle of the ult combos.
And the EMP as well.
And the EMP as well. And there we go. That's a classic EMP Dragons. And that was a little late of an EMP. That was a little late of an EMP, but you know, they do get shattered out. And
oh my lord.
And SWIYA somehow takes this fight. That's gonna be one. That's gonna be one for analysis later on the podcast. That's for sure.
Just I don't even know really. It's just better follow up on these ults from the side of SWIYA, honestly.
Right, and I think that's exactly what it is. But I think it's also the position of this payload. I feel like there's a lot of people are hesitant to go on this bridge, so it's almost like this game of chicken where, okay, I don't want to get booped by this Lucio or this Brig, I don't want this to go down. There's going to be a very nice EMP Shatter combo from Breakthrough. The Nano is here on this SWIYA Reinhardt. Pig Dog does get 2 in the support line, but before going down, but that's still such a nasty dent in their lineup right now. That's on the payload. Nonetheless, Breakthrough able to recoup their losses, and now is still pressuring on the payload. Blessed with that sound barrier. Pig Dog and Sloth with their ults as well. That is a very quick combo from Raven on the Lust. That means no sound barrier from the side of Breakthrough. I'm surprised they're still pushing forward at this point. Pichu on high ground, still trying to get as much charge on the Zarya as possible. Coming up on grabbing 14% very soon. Hoot with the pick over here on Moisty, and both support ults are now currently still in Breakthrough's arsenal, and that's going to be a big shatter from Pig Dog and a Graph. You know, maybe a bit of overkill in terms of tank ultimates. Nonetheless, Raven and Silver Sacks, they do clean up. Quinn does get a shatter off on Raven. Raven still stays alive, gets the rally off. And I feel like that nano on Quinn was, I mean, perhaps a last-ditch effort, but nonetheless, overtime trickles down. And in the middle of point 2 and 3 is where SWIYA choose to plant their flag.
Artemu did a really great job there of playing that Sombra and putting a lot of pressure onto the Rhine. They set up a lot of those shatters coming out from Quinn, and it's just unfortunate they just didn't have the follow up. I don't know what was happening there, whether or not there was just like their Lucio was stuck on heels or what, but they should have been speeding headlong into that fight, knowing that they had an upper hand going into it. It's such a lack of Yeah, it's just such a lack of commitment to the fight sometimes. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Lack of communication or what, I guess we'll put it down to.
Of course, and because of 3-minute delay, it seems that Toop just heard my roast about him a little earlier. Love you, Toop. You're the best. I gotta roast my ex-teammates. That's what we're all about. We gotta talk about compositions real quick. Single woman in your area on attack, attempting to run what seems to be a Torbjorn strat. I don't know if that's, you know, just them memeing around over here in the waiting room, but they're going to be coming up against a Sombra Hanzo 2-2-2 defense. Now, I really liked what, you know, just how Breakthrough played. They have a very consistent amount of ult rotations. You know, you have the Grav Dragon, next side you have that EMP into Shatter, right? So really solid ult rotations from them. And they're just coming up against the Sombrana Goats comp. You know, same exact compositions we saw just on both sides. Quinn, really early pick here on Sloth. I think it's going to prematurely end this SWIYA push. And right now they're just going back and forth, and that's exactly what's going on. Breakthrough being really, really aggressive, getting these picks on Pichu, RVN, getting a lot of ult charge in their arsenal.
Now, Breakthrough have to be really, really careful here. They don't have the ability to disengage very easily once they expend their bubbles. So when they use their bubbles and their kind of a lot of their cooldowns, they have to be conscious that their positioning has to be on point. Because if SWIYA, you know, decides to pressure them at any point and they're out of position even slightest, we should be seeing SWIYA.
Exactly, and that's a really nice shatter over here on Pig Dog. Quinn getting Raven earlier. Unfortunately, Moisty in the back line did put in those finishing blows on both Quinn as well as one more PSI. Silver Sacks over here on Lust, and Pichu taking out the Zarya on the enemy team. We're being really, really aggressive here in single woman area, looking to trickle Hoot on Hanzo. And, well, Artemis trying his best not to get detected as a Sombra in their backline. Moisty is able to spy check him, but he is able to get out. Now, they're still going to have one more fight before this point, and, well, a lot of ultimates really just on the cusp of being there. Transcendence, Dragons, EMP on the side of Breakthrough. On the side of SWIYA, we do have Grav, EMP, Shatter. And so it really, really depends on who can get their EMPs and who can get their grabs coming out. Really quick EMP over here from Artemu. Moisty getting the final pick on him. Lust able to take down Pig Dog. And with no shield, a lot more people on Breakthrough are going to be hacked. That Transcendence does come out, and that is a rally from Raven, keeping whatever remnants of the SWIYA squad are alive right now. Pichu getting the pick over here on Hoot. It's still a 5v3 now a very quick 5v1 as Hero, as a very, very high charge Zarya does go down, and I feel like that nano on Pichu was just sort of the icing on their cake. I don't know if they had to devote that, but nonetheless, Pichu getting a quick pick on Hoot, and one more PSI, missing that sleep, unfortunately. I think Pichu's really looking to take out one more PSI, which is going to be a little hard to do with that Zen Orb on him. Artemu with the backline, Sombra pick. Pichu devotes themselves to the canals.
Oh no! Oh, that's unfortunate. I would have been like shouting at my Lucio there to speed me in, especially with that nano, just to kind of pick off. There's no reason why SWIYA's Silver Sacks should have lived there, really.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, not SWIYA, Silver Sacks. One more PSI.
Exactly, and there is the classic Grab Dragons comp, you know, tried and true, not getting anyone because that sound barrier was really, really well timed over there by Sloth. That shatter from Quinn. And a counter shatter over here from Pig Dog is going to take a lot of people down. Artemu and Hero going down to that fire strike. Pig Dog and Pichu with an excellent amount of displacement with that charge. And it's going to be a 4-0 victory over here for single woman in your area over Breakthrough. Very, very well played. And hey, let's check out this play of the game over here by Pig Dog as Reinhardt. Is this the 3-man? And I wonder what he got caught on there. Was it the payload?
I believe so, yeah.
For the charge? Yeah, and, you know, really, really solid support, really enabling their tank play. I really feel that that's what really put, you know, SWIYA over here on the winner's podium. nonetheless, really solid play from Breakthrough as well. Hoots Hanzo came in clutch more than once, and I really like Lust's play as well. But before we sign off, I just want to say, hey, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being out, and supporting Overwatch Pretenders. Who was your player of the game?
I've got to give it to. Do you know what? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
There was so many kind of individual plays that kind of made it what it was for SWIYA. But I think Pig Dog's shatters really came in clutch for. They came in clutch. They really did well out of them. I'd like to see his stats. Unfortunately, we didn't have that feature available to us, but I'm pretty sure it was insane. And his ability to sort of kite, especially with using his sort of supports to his advantage. I think he played really well. So yeah, I'm going to say Pig Dog was my player of the match.
For me, it has to be Raven. Just the Hanzo play over on Oasis, or forgive me, on Paris, and the really solid Brig play on Rialto. I mean, I feel like that level of consistency across a wide variety of heroes is what makes Raven my pick. I really, really liked his play, and he was really integral to providing SWIYA a really solid, victory. So in any case, congratulations to both teams. And now it's time for us to sign off. My name's Forebears.
My name's Puppy.
Great. And this stream was streamed by Spidey. Give him lots of love. And once again, this was SWIYA versus Breakthrough 4-0. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.